I'm gonna say this right now straight up. Jack Saint is a disgusting, immoral human being who does not deserve the time of day and consideration for any type of discussion, debate, or even politics. He does not know anything, and I am convinced that this dude is deranged. You wanna know why I think that? He said in a tweet right here that in this video, that musical video that Chris Ray Gun did, he mocks the left for seeing Nazis anywhere, everywhere when there are none, and actually the real Nazis anyway, was uploaded 4 months before the Unite the Right rally in Charleston. He directly implicates Chris Ray Gun, someone who does not like the right and certainly doesn't like Nazis or white supremacists, in the stuff that happened with the Unite the Right rally at Charlottesville. Even though that is wrong in every sense of the word. Everybody universally in the political right has condemned that fucking rally. Everybody doesn't like the fucking rally and all the shit that happened. And yet here's Jack Saint trying to rip Chris Ray Gun a new one. There's plenty of stuff you can criticize Jack Saint on, but that Chris Ray Gun on. But you're gonna go out there and directly implicate him in Charlottesville, and then when Chris responds to you, you want to act like a bitch? No, you want to act like you won. And then you're going to deflect by saying, oh, I didn't say you were responsible for it. Yes, you did. You directly implicated him right here by saying that fucking Chris Ray Gun, his video, was due in some part for some of the stuff that happened in Charlottesville. That is a downright freaking slanderous fucking statement. You are slandering Chris for nothing. For nothing. You are a horrible person, Jack. So here's how this whole situation starts. Apparently, in this live stream that vsauce and Chris Ray Gun did, Chris is open to being more progressive, and you know, if he wants to do that, that's on him. Now, if you want my opinion on Chris and his politics, I'm not certain that he's being entirely genuine, because he's gone after people, rightfully so, for being dumbasses. But then whenever someone on the right does something, he tends to overreact, and then when there's something going on with the right, like a political opinion, he tends to act all contrarian for the sake of contrarian, and I really hate that shit. So I'm not sure if it's genuine or not. It could be, but I'm not one to question it, though. I mean, I can question it in my own spare time, but I'm not going to go out there and say this shit, and what Jack did. But if he wants to do it, that's on him. He can do whatever he wants. I can criticize him for it, but that's on him. Here comes Jack Saint with this fucking bullshit. Here's how I started it off. To be honest, if you're a creator who apologizes for foolishly spending years pumping out videos filled with disingenuous far-right talking points, fuck you. He is not far-right and does not spread far-right talking points, you ass. And ultimately serving as a tool for the alt-right pipeline, bullshit again, and you just leave those videos up, I'm just going to assume you don't mean it. Wow. Wow. Once again, this dude clearly does not know anything about what Chris has actually done and actually has stated about his politics. He does not like the far right. He has criticized the alt-right quite a few times, and he really doesn't like Republicans and conservatives. He really doesn't like them. Are you just going to go out there and say this out of nowhere, no evidence, that he's someone who's provoked the far right and the alt-right to do whatever they want? Stop using the alt-right and the fucking far right as this fucking boogeyman. No one takes either of them seriously. Okay, and even then, what is your definition of the fucking far right? Because his definition of the far right is anyone that's to the right of Barack Obama. That's his fucking philosophy. I know that's his fucking philosophy because he wanted to act like it's such a bitch about fucking Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden and all this election bullshit. But you're gonna come out here and say, "Oh no, this is Chris Ray Gun. He's this alt-right YouTube abusive personality, and he wants to be more progressive because I don't fucking know why. But instead of actually trying to see the see if he was being genuine about all this, I'm gonna call him a bunch of shit for nothing." Wow, you are a fucking pussy. And then you had the video where he directly implicates him in Charlottesville. I'm not reading that again. That is just absolutely disgusting. And then here's this little backpedaling statement, quote unquote. I'm all for forgiveness and solidarity, but my limit is probably continuing to profit from propaganda you made on behalf of white supremacists because some people on Twitter tried to cancel you 5 years ago. What the hell? These statements literally don't make sense. They literally do not make any kind of sense, and he just keeps spouting it. People just keep letting him spout it. I haven't even seen a video actually responded to this other than Chris in his Do Not Apologize video, and I haven't even seen that one yet. I know people have been saying that he's responded to Jack directly on that, though, and Jack even comments on that, which I'll show later. But, wow! Can you be even more of a disingenuous fucking prick? Okay, now all of that was bad enough on its own. All of that is really bad. If he did that in a public setting, on a pedestal, talking with a bunch of people outside in the crowd, his ass would be getting sued. It's like, say hypothetically they're running for political office, his ass would be getting sued for libel. Because that's what that is. That is absolutely fucking libel. But then here comes this. Apparently my tweet inspired Chris Reagan to make a 15-minute video rant in which he argues the distinction between admitting something was wrong and apologizing, claims I said he personally organized the Charlottesville rally, then calls me an invalid. Gonna call this one a win. No, this is not a win. This is once again doing what you did in the Mahler video, making yourself look worse and worse and worse and worse and worse with every passing moment. How do you not have the self-awareness to know that these statements are fucking inane bullshit? So he makes the video. Yes, there is a distinction between admitting something was wrong and apologizing. Okay? And who knows? Maybe Chris does regret some of the stuff he made. Doesn't mean you get to have any say in what content he leaves up or not. You do not control his life. You are not his puppet master. Don't act like you have any type of control over him, because that's what you want him to do. You want him to self-censor to appease your fucking bullshit ideology because you don't like him for a couple videos he made. Like, really? How much of a fucking bitch are you? Because really, that is bitch made. That's absolutely bitch made. And then Chris responded, all I did was tweet about him. This shit is so tiring and predictable. It's like, no, you didn't. Not Chris. No, you didn't, Jack. You did not just tweet at him. You were calling him out for stupid bullshit that you hated him for doing, even though the stuff he does, for the most part, is stuff that appeals to people on the center left. And that's verifiably true. Watch any one of his videos, and you will find the influence. And then Jack once again goes, but I never said you weren't allowed to reply to my tweets, Chris, did I? Like how I said you never organized Charlottesville rally? Bullshit! You directly implicated him in Charlottesville! My injure's coming back. My injure's coming back. You fucking liar! You're a fucking liar! Jesus Christ! You'd have organized. You didn't say you organized him, but guess what? You still said that he had some influence on it. That's just as worse. And then, or how the Twitch girl never said voice chat should be banned from video games. Does it ever get tiring arguing with things that nobody has said? And Quentin liked this tweet to add insult to injury. Oh my god. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're the most disgusting, disingenuous fucking person I've ever seen on the internet. I'd rather fucking hang out, right? I'd rather hang out with Patrick Willems with this amount of disingenuous asshattery. Like, wow. Oh god. Now I know in the last part of my series of videos going after his video on Mahler that he could be a genuinely good person, but because of the stuff that he does online and because of how he approached his Mahler in that video in terms of criticizing him, that if he does that for a lot of other things, then I can't genuinely believe he's a good person. Because if he does this for Mahler, how is he going to do this for everybody else? Is he going to treat everybody else the same? Or is it just going to be on a case-by-case basis with people he likes and dislikes? And he's not treating everybody fairly. This is clearly not treating anybody fairly. You're treating Chris like he's the most disgusting piece of shit on the earth, which is what people should be treating you as. But once again, my point was, he could be a nice guy. But I see this shit and I severely doubt it. And it's really unfortunate because, like I said, I would have loved to have a debate with this guy about anything under the sun, any type of singular issue we could have debated. Even politics, which I think he's almost 100% wrong on most of the time. Like, we could have done something there. And there is stuff we agree on. But you do this. And he is not hiding it. He is trying to push this out there that Chris Ray Gun is the Antichrist or something to that end. White supremacist propaganda. Right, Jack. Right. Chris Ray Gun, the white supremacist holy grail. Totally. That's like saying Barack Obama is the Ku Klux Klan's greatest ally. Like, really? And I'm disappointed, man. As much as I'm mad, I'm disappointed. Because you need to stop doing this shit. This is the only way you're getting contention. I think he's cultivated his entire audience on posting these hot takes or downright saying shit that is wrong and is cultivating an audience around that. I am 100% convinced of that now. This case truly shows it. Because if him and vsauce, I'm not sure on vsauce either because he got in a spat with Count Dankula and was really being disingenuous on Twitter with him, but who knows? Maybe they had their debate was pretty good too, but you have no right to you have no right to say the genuine. Let me revise that statement. You have no right to paint Chris Ray Gun's opinions and his content in ways such as that. You have no right to. That is not protected under any fucking thing ever. And who knows? Maybe this turns into the next H3H3 Keemstar debate, which is still ongoing because it refuses to die, and because both of them are petty asshole cunts. Now, if I were Chris, I would want to make a video coming out directly against this. I know he made a thing with don't apologize. I haven't seen it yet, but I would want to know things like detailing my entire thoughts on everything politically, what I want, why I want to be more progressive than anything now, what maybe change, all that type of stuff. So that way I could get my point across. Which is, once again, something that Jack Saint seems to want. He wants him to cow down and apologize. But you shouldn't apologize. These people won't accept it. They don't. People like Jack don't accept your apologies when you're trying to be genuine. So you should never apologize. Right? Because they won't take it. And once again, I'm not sure if Chris is being genuine or not. Like I said, he's one of those really big contrarians that I really don't like. That's one of the reasons why I really stopped watching his content regularly, is because he has those comments that just grind my gears, where he just is a contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Like, they'll have a topic where most people agree that something like this is bullshit, and then he says something that's like, well, no, not really. And it's like, what do you fucking mean? I hate that shit. Especially when it comes to politics. But once again, if Chris wants to do that, that's his shtick. I don't agree with it, but if he feels happy with it, then that's him. Just as long as he doesn't act like a petty cunt like you, Jack, everything will be fine. But I'm serious. Jack Saint, you are a horrid person. Never have I ever seen someone this disingenuous on such a repeated fucking basis. You blocked a guy for saying, oh, you had a good heart. You literally blocked Mahler for saying that. You are perfectly willing and able to shut down the discussion because they disagree with you on a couple of points. And that's it. Like I said, this dude thinks anyone to the right of Barack Obama is like the most worst thing ever. And yet you do shit like this and you expect people to take you seriously outside of this retarded fan base you've cultivated? Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright, you're gonna get your comeuppance soon. Somebody's gonna take you down in a video, and they'll go through all of your dirty bullshit, and they'll take you down for the hack you are. Or hell, maybe somebody makes inroads with your community, points out all the bullshit, and then they start to see what's going on. They start to see how much of an ass you're being. They see how much of a straw man, misleading liar that you portray yourself as. Because that's what you do. Fuck you. You do not deserve any form of debate, discussion, or criticism. You deserve to be criticized, and in the most harshest way imaginable. Fuck you. God have mercy on your soul. Fucking hell. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Yep. My faith in humanity crumbles with each passing day. And I'm going to say this here. Look, I don't care what side of the political spectrum you are. I don't care if you're on the left, the right, or the center. Just be consistent with your values. Be consistent in how you speak. Be consistent in how you approach criticism and how you dish out criticism. Because if you don't, then it's going to reveal all your flaws for all they are. Okay? Please just handle stuff in the correct way. Don't act like a dick. Actually come to the table. And don't be a contrarian just to act like a contrarian.